Now it's time to display the list of our submissions. First of all, we need to create a new page, new module inside of the MOD folder. So create new file and we call it a list.php. Now we also create another file called list single record, which will display the information about the specific record. Now, if we go back to our database, first of all, we need to add these modules to our modules table. So insert, and the first one will have a file name as list.php, and the next one will be list single record.php. Okay, click on go. This has been added. As you can see, list has number 8 and list single record has number 9. At the moment we are interested in number 8. So if we go to our pages first of all to check submissions record, submissions page has ID of 3. So we go to our table pages modules and insert the record folder. Page 3, we want the module 8 to be assigned. Click on go. If we refresh our multi-page, as you can see, there is nothing there, the blank page, because our list page is at the moment blank as well. So first of all, inside of our list page, opening PHP tag and closing one, and we require once our underscore tmp header.php. If we copy the entire thing, ouch, not this way, copy. Okay, paste it underneath and replace the header with a footer. We should be able to see the page now. So if we refresh, you can see we see the basic structure of our page. If we go back, now we put the heading h1 and we put here what we're going to put. Actually, we don't need a heading here. We can basically display the content from a database, which will simply be echo content. If we save it, refresh the page, you can see our submissions, which is in the database. The pages table has now been displayed on the page. So I've got a content populated from a database. Now let's leave this like this. Okay, above our require once header, we're going to create a SQL statement. So SQL equals select all from survey order by date submitted descending order. So that the latest ones are right at the top. Okay. Now we create the variable rows equal and our function fetch all. We're passing our SQL to it. Okay, so now what we can do, we copy the name of the variable. And first of all, after our echo content, we check if isn't empty our rows, then open curly brace, and right before our footer, we close our curly brace. So if it isn't empty, let's display the table with the content. I'm going to use my Eclipse again. This time it's going to be table repeat. So you have basically the basic table structure with the class table repeat added to it. Now the first heading will be full name. The second one will be date submitted. And the last one will be view with the link to preview the specific record. Now for the second and third column, we'll assign some classes. The second one will be will have TAR, text align right, and the last one will have col 10, which is 10%, and as well TAR to align the content to the right side. Now we will copy this TAR to our table cells as well underneath. And here we will open PHP tag and we'll do for each loop rows as row open curly brace and closing PHP tag, and after the closing TR tag we open PHP and close our curly brace. So now we go in this part. We will be looping through the records and displaying them basically in the table row. So now we can use our PHP tags in between the first table cell, echoing the row first name. And if we copy this whole thing, after this square bracket we create a dot and 2 double quotes, space in between them to make a space between the first and last name, and then after this quote, dot, and we paste what we've copied. Only this time we replaced first with the last name, and these are the names. So if we go back to our page, refresh the page, you can see at the moment there's just one submission, which was myself doing this in the previous exercise. So I have full name heading, date submitted, view. So we have the first record displayed. Now we also need to display the date submitted. So in between the second table cell, we echo date function, which will take basically the first parameter will be the format of the date. We want D, M with the hyphens and year, and H, I, S. So hour, minutes and seconds, and day, month and year. And the second parameter will be basically value populated from a database. So string to time, and we take our row, and we between the single quotes, date submitted. If we save it, go back to our page, refresh, you can see the date is displayed in the format we've defined. Obviously the record is populated from a database, and that's what it's been. Okay, now we go to the last cell, and we need to create the link to the view page. So it's going to be question mark p equals sub. Actually, what we can do with this p, we can basically use the echo the p variable, which is basically taken from the URL. So the current page, ampersand, and s equals, and then PHP echo and the row ID of this specific record. And then we, after the double quote, we simply close the opening A tag, type view, and close the A tag. Now if we go back, refresh, you can see the view link has been created. If we click on this, it takes us to the same page, and it's just passing the S parameter through with the ID of this specific record through the URL. Okay, so this is when obviously rows aren't empty. Else, let's display the message. Else, we're going to display the message in the paragraph. There are currently no submissions available. Okay, this is not going to show up obviously because we have record. In case when it's been first launched, obviously no submissions, this message will be displayed here. Okay, so we have a list of records. They will loop, they will go, all of the records will be displayed here. We can click on view to go to the whichever record we want to preview. Now we will create, in the next video we'll create the section which displays basically all of the details of the specific submission.